In the brittle in the middle like Mona. You phony to the south, but no, but that rock no fit like. Ain't a girl in the and rappers all night, and not the bodies in the chiller. The way I'm talking about other messy sound like so flipper. And go nuts like a lady in the killer. So you deep beneath the surface. It's the check the game away from the zero. Something through your territory, new at me, no category winner. And your style gets played out like the spinner. Not the winner, I outsaw in the way, just a sinner. My voice is this way, I'm a hype, determined to get in the mind's eye. Make you never just you wanna fly like eagle. My sound so because they do the deal. So when the proof and even a lady can be beat, so break up, and get back before trucking. And roll over that chicken, you can pluck it, you stupid. I'm running so hard, I'm not.
Yeah, 2012. I do recall that. Right on. Yeah, I believe it's up on the north side. Right on. Right on. The beat goes on. Right on. December 4th coming soon. Oh, that's what it is. That's Kazan. Come on with it. Come on with it. Get your Minister Transportation spot back on the block. Come on with it. We locked and loaded. Long Beach in the building. The LBC. Salute right black at you. Y'all know we coming live. We on Instagram. We on Facebook at Fred Hampton. We at Instagram at the official Chairman Fred Hampton Jr. We are on YouTube. We on StreamYard. That's what it is. Y'all make sure y'all come on in, come on in with us. So we rolling? Yes, indeed, we rolling. We on StreamYard. We on YouTube with the Chairman Fred. That's what it is. Come on with it. No, not only come on with it, cub on with it. COMECUB. We look forward to it. Right on. Yes, indeed. Let's make history. Let's take history. Let's take history. That's what it is. Peace and strength right back at you. That's what it is. Seven in the building. Checking in from Dallas, Texas. That's what it is. Right on. Respect. We just got through coming up out of Houston. We was right next door. We was right next door. Right on. All right, Kazan, come on with you. Get that Minister Transportation spot back on the block. That's it to roll us through the whole East Coast, non-stop. No breathing. Checking in from North Carolina. Throw your flags up. That's what it is. In the building. We're going coast to coast. In fact, we're going outside the coast, y'all. After this, come on, bring us in, Sister Comrade. Press 1. Let them know we ready to get on in. We ready to talk about what's happening in Hammond, Indiana. We ready to talk about what's going down December the 3rd. Wow. Oh, man. 7 years. Oh, we looking forward to seeing you. Right on. Let's get it in. I know, it probably pushing, it's probably asking too much or pushing too much to say his little man gonna be on. I probably not even on little man no more. So it's time for him to upgrade up the ante. Tell little man, get that picture. He ain't get a big apple now. I know he about that man. Find that picture for me too, Kazan. That picture, little man, was appled up. Back in Brooklyn. We locked and loaded.
Free them all, brother Chairman, live and direct.
Free them all, Sister Comrade. We locked and loaded. Y'all, let's make history. We locked and loaded. That's what it is. Let's get ready to make history, take history, and tape history, y'all. That's what it is. Excuse me, scratch that. Let's continue. Because I have an issue. Like, I said, what are we going to do? When we going to start struggling? I said, oh, get your late pass. Resistance is happening. Let's continue. Let's continue to make history, take history, and tape history. That's what it is, y'all. That's what it is. Right on. Right, tech free them all. Tap in with us live. Condos on Instagram. This is a weekly program by the Black Panther Party Cubs, y'all. Again, hosted by yours truly, Chairman Fred Hampton Jr. and also Robin Allen, aka the Lady of Rage. That's if y'all can't stop, lock and load. Again, just take a breather, take a pause for the calls. Holler out those front doors, the back windows. You know what I'm saying, and let them know again. Once again, it's on. We this week we are not filming, we are not broadcasting from Intellectual Radio. We will be back there next week. Again, we are right here at the historical Hampton House. We are at the historical Hampton House, the house in which Chairman Fred Hampton grew up in before he was the chairman. This is the house, you know what I'm saying, again, where the federal government called for a wiretap to be placed on that young man's telephone. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. So again, if y'all can get locked and loaded, feel free to call in 929-477-3785. 929-477-3785. Then press 1 to be in. 929-477-3785. Then press 1 to get in. That's what it is, y'all. We've been moving and grooving. We got back in, and we just got back in. Houston, Texas. You know what I'm saying? We again, continue club and community condolences to our co-host, to your co-host, Robin Allen, aka the Lady of Rage, in regards to her father. Pops had passed. It was a good show up, and, you know what I'm saying, presentation, statements, love was there. You did. Also, we seized the time and get a touchdown with the Reloaded Podcast. Again, the Reloaded Podcast. Willie D in face of the Ghetto Boys, you dig? And it was for those who don't know, Bushwick is no longer physically here, you know what I'm saying? But it was a good, I don't know when it's going to be aired. We keep y'all posted. And if you're listening, Willie D in face, I know, again, we reiterate, you got to be in Chicago December the 4th. You got to see y'all December the 4th. We're talking about what's happening December the 4th. We're going to be doing some powerful interviews December the 1st, up, you know what I'm saying? The build up. The preliminary hearings, you know what I'm saying, December the 1st. We're going to be talking about the ongoing work, you know what I'm saying, the Rainbow Coalition, you know what I'm saying. We're going to talk about the work that the Black Panther Party Cubs have been doing with the Tiny House Warriors, Young Lords, the New Era Young Lords, and others, you know what I'm saying. We're going to be talking about what's going down in regards to updates to the Hampton House and so many other campaigns we've been engaged in. Also today we'll be talking about what is happening in Hammond, Indiana. For those who are outside the Midwest area who may be saying, you know, Hammond, where is that at? You know what I'm saying? Many people hear about the Midwest, you know what I'm saying? Gary, Indiana, so on and so forth. Hammond, right next door. You know what I'm saying? It's microcosm to the school situation. You know, we say the climate, the coronavirus is capitalism on steroids. It's capitalism on steroids. In other words, it's more intensified contradictions and conditions that we've been subjected to, you know, for quite some time. We've been, you know, y'all have seen us on the battlefield dealing with issues such as Renaissance 2010, you know, in which basically was, you know, we really exposed around 2006 from the Daley administration in Chicago, deals they had made to, you know what I'm saying, to set up and really shut so many schools down, you know what I'm saying, and without any process of, you know, you know what I'm saying, bringing these, you know, packing, for all practical purposes, packing these students together on top of each other overnight. And you've seen contradictions with the race contradictions, such as we've seen come to a head at Crane High School on the west side with the Black and Mexicano children. We've seen class contradictions with, you know what I'm saying, with the children at the military academy was placed in Argyle Gardens, and children were taken up out of their school that many parents and grandparents fought to have that school in Argyle Gardens, the south suburbs, and those children were taken up out of Argyle Gardens and packed up in school finger. And you've seen the infamous case of Darian Albert, the results of it. You know, this is the trickle down dynamic when people just say, well, you know, they cannot draw the correlation to school in Chicago when Chicago public schools had, under the tenure of Mayor Rahm Emanuel, have made American history. They had broke all history books, and they shut down 50 public schools at one time. and the trickle down impact. What happens. And we took, saying, you hear different terms, different euphemisms, school closings, and better education, charter schools, so on and so forth. What are the results? What are some of the results that we're going to be talking about? That what's happening? What's some of the blatant, brutal contradictions that saying that our people are subjected to? What's happening in Hammond, Indiana? So with that being said, y'all, do what it do, get locked and loaded, take your seatbelts up. If you set tripping, if you have issues going on the west side of town, the south side, or you got some issues with talking about what's happening in Africa, or you don't want to talk about what's happening in Attica Penitentiary, or you want to cross certain borders, this may be not the place for you because we ride. You know what I'm saying? Again, take your seatbelts off. That's what it is. Let's get straight into it. Y'all can say, get your phones, your iPads, whatever, your notes, take notes, what's going down. We have some call-in numbers, what we got to do. We don't only just talk about the issues and contradictions, we talk about how we can deal with them, because we're not just here to engage in what Chairman Fred referred to as a whole bunch of intellectual masturbation. You know what I'm saying? We here to heighten the contradictions, you know what I'm saying, and see how we can move forward addressing these contradictions. With that being said, let's move forward. Sister Conrad, we have any callers in queue?
Real long, Brother Chairman. We have Pastor David in queue, as well as Sister Mandy, and there are other callers I have to get to.
Right on. Welcome, Free 'em All. Welcome to Free 'em All Radio.
God bless you, Chairman Fred. Free 'em all.
God bless you as well, Pastor.
Glad that,
Free 'em all.
I'm certainly glad that you took the time out of your busy schedule to address an issue that is really mind-boggling to me, and it hit close to home on last Wednesday when my granddaughter, well, first let me start by this. My daughter saw something on Facebook stating that they were going to jump on my granddaughter, her name is Janiyah Cofield, on the school bus. So with that being said, she called herself off shooting it. So she went to Henry, let me get the name correct because I want to tell you, the name of the school is Henry W. Eggers Middle School. That's in Hammond, Indiana.
Mm-hmm.
So she went inside and she alerted, I guess, the party to be about what was going to occur. So that was the day before. So on the next day, I think by her maybe giving them a heads up that she probably thought in her mind that they was going to look into this matter. Well, that didn't happen, because when she took my granddaughter to school, and once she took her to school, she took her in at 7 o'clock, and because she started at 7 o'clock. By 7:30, they was calling her back that her daughter got jumped on, and I sent you the tape.
Yes.
I sent it to you. And what I don't like about the fact is that even with her telling them in advance, they put nothing in place. So my granddaughter is now fighting 5 girls. I mean, if you saw the tape, you saw how horrific it was.
Yeah.
She's on the ground and they kicking. Chairman. That was really like a gang attack on my granddaughter. And and she held her own. She held her own. God bless her soul. But it didn't have to be like that, because
right. It shouldn't be like that.
It wouldn't happen that way.
Yeah. It shouldn't be like that. Yeah.
And then on top of that, it shouldn't be like that. And I thank God that, that when I called you, that you were able to, to listen to my story, because too many, and I'm not just calling on behalf of Janiyah Cofield. I'm calling on behalf of a whole lot of little girls that don't have nobody. A whole lot of little girls and boys that go home in fear. And, our children are so traumatized that sometimes they commit suicide because they feel like they're being bullied to a point that they have nobody here. But thank God for you, my brother. And thank God for the people listening tonight, because if your kids are going to school and you going to school thinking that they're going to be protected, I stop by to tell you that they're not. So my daughter right now, I hope she's on the line, because she's a little perturbed at the fact that there was a meeting with the principal, and my daughter was not even invited into the meeting. She talked to the parents, but she didn't tell my daughter about what the outcome was. So there's some things in place, and you know, and you and I'll be talking about them. But you know, my daughter's name is Tiffany Germany, and she is a single parent who's doing the best she can to provide an adequate education and safety for her children. Thank God that she has a dad. Thank God that she has a support system, grandmother who love and care about her. But Chairman, this ain't just about Janai. It's about all of them.
That's David. Hey, this airwave is always open to you, to the people. You know what I'm saying? Again, this should, you know, she shouldn't have to deal with this situation because you know she going to school, not a boxing match, or you know what I'm saying, or a martial arts, you know what I'm saying, arena. You know what I'm saying? And this is I did see the video. It's tragic, you know, and we definitely got to expose, got to deal with it. How old is your granddaughter, Janaya Cofield?
Janaya is 13.
13 years old. Okay.
No, Janaya 13, but Janaya is not bad. She is not wild. You know, and these young ladies, one of the things that they posted on Facebook that her mama was strict, that she don't have a boyfriend. And they said a lot of things, you know, that make her feel like, you know, that you need to be loose in order to be needed.
Yeah.
You know, and that's not the way she's raised. I mean, she's in the Girl Scouts. She's a member of Bishop Fraser's church. And she has a different disposition when it comes down to life. You know, I mean, she's young and gifted. She's not young and loose. You know, and we haven't raised her to be exposed to these type of characteristics. And now to go to school and try to get an education, and now she has to be in fear. I understand that these girls only got suspended for, I think, 3 or 4 days. They're supposed to come back to school tomorrow. So who in the hell knows what's going to happen after tomorrow? You know, then my daughter, then my granddaughter, something happens to her, then they can say, I'm sorry. So that can't happen.
That was the administration convened a meeting with the parents, but Janaya's mother, she wasn't called to the meeting.
No, she was not, and she still doesn't know the disposition of it. Thank God that I was interested, and thank God that as her father, that I got involved in the principal could call me. You know, I mean, and maybe the title pastor means something, but I don't want the title pastor to stop other little girls who. So let's be honest with you. There are a lot of things happen to black children. Pastors don't even get involved because it's not their child. But I'm speaking on behalf of the sheep. You know, and I'm concerned about the sheep. I'm not concerned about the denial. And my daughter took the same position. She said, because, I mean, there's a lot of little girls that don't have nobody to speak up for them. So my daughter and I, we collaborated to take a stance against this injustice.
Sister, your daughter, this is Sister Tiffany, your daughter?
Yeah, Tiffany Germany.
Okay. Feel free to also, when you know, if you want to jump in, she want to call in. She can feel free to jump in also.
Okay.
You know.
She's on the line. You can check, you can check to see, because I know that
some
people are calling in because they really, they're appalled about what happened. You know, and I'm pretty sure that Tiffany, I mean, you can check to see if she's on your call log.
Sister Conrad, we have another calling queue, and also you can hear us, Tiffany. Make sure you press 1 to be brought in. Anybody on the call in, make sure y'all press 1 to be brought in. Sister Conrad Daphne, we got any callers in queue? Okay, let me say this until we get other callers in. You know, peer pressure is one thing. You know, with people, children play the dozens on you. You know, you joke and crack, so on and so forth. And I think a lot of times, similar to like issues where people talk about the drug issues in our community, a lot of us are outdated. A lot of an understanding of what's going on in our community. A lot of people still think when you say drug issues, these, it's just a case of some, a marijuana joint, a joint or something like that. You know, as opposed to the serious chemical biological warfare, the Molly, the Percocet, so on and so forth, the type of drugs is in our communities. Peer pressure, cats joke on you about, your pants flood and those, man, it's serious business out here now. You know what I'm saying? It's like there's no breather from it. It's not just going inside the school. It's interconnected. Like I think it should be noted. You talking about the bus ride there, the social media, the impact on it, the whole. So this is this really, they talk about in Egypt how the role of social media played with kicking off uprisings and so forth throughout Africa. So these are adults, how the government has utilized social media to instigate certain dynamics. And I can't count how many funerals I spoke at. And and the root cause of it was, people said, man, they thought it was just about a person that pressed the like button, or they didn't like their page, or the impact of social media. Even outside the arena with these youngsters, it's like in a progressive community. It was. I mean, we have been. I mean, I'm talking about the Black Panther Party clubs in particular. We have been subjected to, the dynamics of social media, which have had real deal repercussions. So I'm saying this to say, we may say, oh, kids will be kids, children will be children. These, this is a whole, like I say, we're talking about the type of drugs now, the type of propaganda, social media. It's a whole different stage of the game. So a lot of people have to try to play catch up. So you look at these games, these Grand Theft Autos. This ain't the Atari games. This ain't the This ain't the centipede. You press the bullets and you hit the tennis ball. They got the Grand Theft Auto games that are so detailed. They're so detailed. They take you through the streets of Chicago. It shows you details of drive-bys, jumping out, names of streets, name of street organizations. You go through some of these trap houses. These, these guys, a place where cats be hanging out hustling. They got these goggles. These young cats be wearing. Literally sitting up there. They say the graphics or the details of the sex scenes are so detailed. Cats sit there and just ejaculate all day watching through these goggles. They say it's so real that they don't even want to see no actual real real person, no real woman. So I want to just preface with that. So come up out your bubbles. Come up out your bubbles, y'all. Like a lot of people say, well, man, I know how it go. I was a child. We had that, and we hit terms like bullying. And when it comes from another perspective, another community, it devalues. It makes the contradiction elementary. Like, oh yeah, stop bullying. Or like the crack cocaine problem in our community. Nancy Reagan. Say no to drugs. It devalues the dynamics of what's going down here. You know what I'm saying? So that's on first we want to kick the door in and say, listen, let's be very clear what we talking about. You know what I'm saying? This is a whole that you're talking about. Yes, indeed, Zan. Real talk. The discussion with Meta, Facebook. It's a climate where a lot of children, the age, they haven't even seen reality. A lot of them cats think they really believe they can press, they can shoot somebody, kill somebody, then press restart and back in. So let's try to see that mindset we're dealing with. Yes, go ahead, Pastor. Yep.
Let me say this.
Yes, sir.
One of the things that when my daughter spoke to one of the officers, and they said to her, okay, and they said to my daughter, well, since she didn't get her something dangerous happened to her, that what we want to do is, we'll just make a report. This is if she had to get something broken or something bad like that, then then the school would get involved. But right now, it's just a fight. Well, and so my daughter said, well, it happens, so there's nothing can be done. They said because the juvenile system in Indiana doesn't consider anything blatant. They just consider, and let's be honest, there's some niggas fighting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
But I don't believe that had been a white girl that they would have taken that same. I don't think it was a white girl that things would have happened like that. I believe there's a white girl that the bus and everybody will be held, will be held accountable. But because it's a young black girl with the other black girl, let's just call it like it is. It's just some nigga shit.
Mm-hmm. 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 Real talk.
And I don't feel that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and based on being a part of the struggle, is that even you have to intervene with our people and say, hey, listen, we're not going to accept this. This is not acceptable. So I thank you again, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart for being a part of this change, because we need to question, well, why is the juvenile system so lax? Why is the school superintendent not engaged in this? The teachers out there talking about they would rather work in Crown Point because the pay is better. So are we talking about money, or are we talking about education?
They say Crown Point, for listeners outside the Midwest area. Crown Point, what is that? That's the white area.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah.
Crown Point, Indiana.
Yes.
It's white.
Yes.
Yeah. So they said that they would go to another school where the pay is better because they feel like they're getting less pay and they don't feel like they're getting enough money for being bothered with the kids that's there. So it's not really about education; it's about money.
Yeah.
And the teachers are complaining because why should we be over here getting less pay working with the other with the other ethnicity, when we can go to the white school and get the right money and not have half the bullshit that happens.
Yeah. And a lot, and I know.
Does that sound like what that is to you?
Ain't no doubt about it. No doubt about it. I mean, that's exactly what they're saying. And some people may be thinking like, well, back in the old days, we would go meet with the parents and sit down and discuss these issues. But I mentioned in the introduction of the program, I talked about things like Renaissance 2010, and the deal is like even how these schools have been systematically shut down, and children from different communities packed on top of each other. And Hammond, Indiana is not dismissed from that reality. You know what I'm saying? That's also it's like a recipe for destruction. You know what I'm saying? Where they overnight. You know what I'm saying? All the dynamics from gentrification, which we call land grab, school closings. You go to school, it's literally a whole new group of people there. You know what I'm saying? It's not a community. Your parent don't know nobody else's parent, you know what I'm saying? Don't know what's who. I talked to several students at the school, people parents at the school, and the schools are so what's a microcosm of our community. It's so disconnected and detached from each other. It's like we grew up. If a fight was in school, even regardless what grade level they were in, everyone knew about it. You know what I'm saying? It's so detached. Other students don't even know about what's going on inside the school, and since ain't no sense of no community, none of that. But we want to make sure we want to get some numbers. We want to get some call-ins. We want to shed some light on this here. You know what I'm saying? To the administration, it got to be some open up. Off the top of my head, I'm thinking like doors open because I'm supposed to be going to speak to some children from DCFS next week, Department of Children and Family Service. You know what I'm saying? I'm supposed to speak to them. And the deal is, anybody gonna save us but us. But we got to deal with these contradictions. And again, as you said, had there been a white student, it's no doubt about it. So we've seen the results when in Sandy Hook, Connecticut, when those white children were shot. How the president of the United States, he cried on national TV. So the deal is, yeah. So we our people, we can't we're not gonna continue be treated as Rodney Dangerfields of all races. And I recall one brother asked me one time, he said, Chairman, what animal do our people remind you of? So of course I said, man, what you mean, a panther, elephant, you know what I'm saying, lion, he said, Chairman, the rabbit is the only animal that leaves his young out to be for attack. And it hurt me when he said it. It cut me when he said it. You know what I'm saying? So our babies, our children, man, hey, you know what I'm saying? In particular, you know what I'm saying? Hey, you know what I'm saying? I mean, everything political, we fight for people in general, you know what I'm saying? But it's a statement. You know what I'm saying? When people feel comfortable that, again, I'm not just talking about other children. Behavior is affected by consequences. Every child in our community, they see the type of music we giving. They see how the slumlords treat us, how the foreign merchants treat us, the type of music, and also how the schools treat us. So we want to, we want to up the ante and say, man, this can't happen. Not on our watch. Not on our watch. Welcome to Fremont Radio.
Fremont. This is Marcus.
Oh, welcome to Fremont Radio.
Calling in.
Fremont, are you welcome?
Calling in. I actually have a daughter that. Excuse me.
I was asking, are you familiar with the Hammond? Yeah. Are you familiar with the Hammond area in the school?
I am. Yeah. I have a daughter that attends the actual same school. And I drove to the school to actually go and pick my daughter up one day, and there were kids outside throwing water bottles into crowded areas of students, like full water bottles, and they were just throwing them in the air. And I pull up and I'm looking for my daughter to come out to school, but I'm seeing some kids just throwing full water bottles in crowded areas of students. And I'm thinking to myself, all these parents are sitting out here waiting on their kids, and Lord forbid the wrong kid get hit in the face with a water bottle, then they respond, the kids respond, the parents respond.
Right.
And I'm looking outside and there were no teachers outside. There was not one teacher or adult outside other than the parents all sitting in our car. So I said something to the young man, but then I made a point of actually going into the school the next day to talk to the principal about it. And she said she was aware, she had the young man on video, and that she dealt with him. But, you know, my take on it all is that, you know, the reality is that, you know, it's so many different layers to this. And, you know, I went to parent-teacher conferences, and I saw very few parents in the school. You know, very few parents came to the parent-teacher conferences. I guess a lot of them probably did it virtually. But I wanted to go up there and actually meet my child's teachers. And in doing so, I learned from the teachers a lot about what was going on, you know, with the kids at the school, you know, and with the administration, all of those things. And so this particular fight, I wonder, it made me curious as to whether or not they're more like it. I actually asked my daughter about it, and she said she didn't even hear about a fight at the school. So I'm wondering if there have been other fights that maybe get swept under the rug, and, you know, that they deal with it quietly.
Yeah.
Then it's not a big deal, you know. And, to me, it's just breeding ground. You know, I'm concerned about what happens in the springtime. But the one thing I know is that it's not an isolated incident. It's not an isolated situation because, you know, I actually, like months ago, posted something talking about how this reminded me of the situation that was from the school over by the garden. What's the young man's name?
Darian Albert.
Darian Albert reminded me of that situation because when I saw all the schools closed down in Hammond, I realized that these schools was rivals to each other. You know, a lot of these schools that they closed down, they're rivals. The students don't like each other. The parents don't like each other. You know, it's a class piece, a class contradiction, along with just like I said, just rivalry. You know, the rivalry thing is present there. So when they shut the schools down and force all of the 7th and 8th graders into the same school, you know, and they're commuting from a far distance, so that's not even their neighborhood. You know, it's just concerning, but it's common, and it reminded me of that because the first week of school at the new school they opened in Heaven, they had a shooting. I believe it was the first day.
Say it again. Say it again.
Like, I can see what's on the horizon.
What you say? You said the first. You said the first day was a shooting. The first day of school.
I believe it was the first day. The first day of school at the New Hammond High School, there was a shooting. Because they closed a lot of schools and they combined all these schools. And these kids don't like each other. I go and work out with these kids. I play basketball with these kids. They don't like each other. And it's not an uncommon thing. It's something that it seems like it seems to be a pattern of what happens when these schools get closed down.
Two questions. Two questions. Either Marcus or Pastor. One, what's the race dynamics at this school, and also how far is Hammond away from Chicago?
Marcus might can speak to the race dynamics, but it's actually probably I don't know, maybe 20 minutes. Would you say, Marcus? Would you say 20 minutes from Chicago on the expressway?
15.
Okay, 15 minutes.
See,
it's about 15 minutes from Chicago. Most of the kids are black kids. At this particular school, it is absolutely a segregated situation because you got the Hispanic community that's a different school in Hammond, and then of course you got the white kids that go to a different school in Hammond. But Eggers is definitely the black school. It's the blackest of the schools.
Yeah.
So,
they have a 2
out of 10 on their. You know, they're how good the school is supposed to be. They're 2 out of 10. So, wow, you know.
And the reason I asked about the distance, because I want listeners, because I tell you about Chicago, and nothing could be contained in the confines of just the state lines or the city lines. And 15 minutes. So a lot of times we hear about WGN News. People say, Chicago is crazy. You got places in Oakland, California that got neighborhoods they call in Chirac now. So imagine this spillover that's happening in in surrounding areas was going down. You know what I'm saying? And just to reiterate, I asked the race question because again, had this been the white community, we very clear. I mean, man, hey, like hold on, this is a problem. This cannot happen. And and children, going to get education. I mean, and we got to struggle not to. People say, "Well, it's bad everywhere," and we have to really struggle not to, become to accept. It's the norm. Asada Shakur said one of the dynamics about being oppressed, you have to struggle to distinguish what's normal and what's abnormal. And so again, how it's even viewed. I mean, like I said, I remember my, growing up, we going out, the fights after school, 3 o'clock, so on and so forth. But there was sometimes you can have a fight at school, and the word did not get back to the household. To get back to the school. All of this is, it's no escape room for it. It's no break from it. You get back. It's posted on social media. You hearing about it 24/7. People have access. There's no privacy, no nothing, and it's the psychological impact that this has on adults. Like I said. They admit that in Egypt, that social engineering is the word that they use. Let's use words like social media. So social engineering. A lot of times the writing is on the wall. You hear about these radio shows. It's with the program. They're programming you. They trigger stuff in Egypt with adults, so we can imagine what's happening with these children. We live in the Wreck on Freedom Radio, y'all. 929-477-3785. We got a viewer calling in from on Instagram. Kazan, what's going on? Can you hear us? Freedom All. Welcome. Freedom All. We hear you. Can y'all? Okay. Hold on, Marcus. Can y'all hear our call from Instagram? Go ahead. Too long. I must say
this first.
Yes.
And let me be clear.
Yeah.
I just came from Cali with some people, I told them, I said, you know what? They might not get me going to Cali, but they're going to get me coming back.
Yeah.
And of course, coming back to Cali, they get me. And you know how they slide to you. They say, do you want to go in the private room? And in my mind, I said, why the hell would I go in the private room? I'm full of people looking at me. Nah, do whatever you do right here.
Yeah. Yeah.
So from the time that we went to court for Lynn Stewart,
Yes.
do you remember that?
Yes. Yes.
The line they took, and they didn't even know we were together. You understand?
Yes. Yes.
From that day to this,
yes.
every time I travel, that's what happens to me.
Hey, we marked for life.
Now, let's talk about it.
Yes, indeed.
Let's talk about it.
Yes, indeed. What's going on? What we talking about? Okay, good to see you. We can't wait to see December the 4th. What you okay? We talking about we right on. We talking about these schools and having. Hey, I got some background noise on. Can y'all mute the phone? Can y'all mute the phone? Want somebody?
I don't think they understand.
Yeah.
Renaissance 26.
Yeah.
You got the video.
Yeah.
You got the man telling you.
Yeah.
Do you remember he thought that you was you wanted a picture with him? And
Yeah.
he just started telling you everything about it.
Yes.
And then he told you the next place he was going was to Philadelphia.
Yeah.
And what happened? He went to Philadelphia and all them schools.
Yes. I was saying, I can't
And
remember.
he was leaving Chicago at the time when y'all had brand new schools.
What's his name?
They were
Not.
fighting to keep the schools open. Like, why are you closing the school and it's brand new?
Yes. Yes.
We were crazy then.
Let me interject what you talking about. Hey, what's his name? He ran for mayor, Chicago. Ran for governor. He ran for mayor. What's his name? He was involved in Renaissance 22. Who? No. The white guy with the glasses. He was the daily. He was over the schools. He left. Paul Vallis. No. Paul Vallis. Arnie Duncan too. Paul Vallis. She's talking about Paul Vallis. Paul Vallis with the Renaissance 2010. Let me just throw this in here in the discussion. The Renaissance 2010, which they used to really break all these schools down, pack these children on top of each other, so on and so forth. They utilized it in Chicago, and Paul Vallis was, Arnie Duncan also became National Secretary of Education, but Paul Vallis later he took the same tactics to Philadelphia, and you've seen the same results. He went to New Orleans. He was in New Orleans, the same results. You see all the type of dynamics. Then also he subsequently was sent to Haiti. So we, you know what I'm saying? We got to look at the policies. See, all these. This is done by design. You know what I'm saying? So we want to get some names of some shot callers up in the school district up there, so we can flood them call-ins in. So we can shed some light on who is determining. You know what I'm saying? These type of policies. I mean, everything from how the school buses pick up our children to they know. They look. See, even that Darren Albert case, they knew it was going to kick off. This is important to note. It was known that was going to happen at school that day. It was known. Pastor, you mentioned earlier that your daughter went to the school and said something the day before. This is not no children. These random. These children on social media, they tell you who they in the bed with. They go live while like literally. So they know this ain't no secret. This ain't no, you know what I'm saying? So this is a dynamic. It's known what's going on. Porn, killing everything.
You remember that?
Mm-hmm.
He had to buy a theater.
Yeah.
To show his movies. Do you remember that?
Yes.
Right after that, all of 42nd Street, all of that was nothing but sex.
Yeah.
Period. It's not a mystery. Like, history will show you that.
Yeah. And it's
making movies now, the Dukes.
And
tell me what's different.
And it's
that's history. You watching it. You know how we arrived to this place. Come on.
Well, it's an agenda that's being pushed. I mean, I listen to the whole when pastors say they was driving on his granddaughter. Well, you ain't doing this and you ain't doing this. So it's an agenda that pushed through social media, pushed through the truth. You know, this how this got to go. You know what I'm saying? But again, Pastor, I want to before we leave, I want to make sure we.
You know what I was talking about when I wrote my Chairman He said he went to a party in the Hollywood Hills, and he knew it was a different kind of party. And this is set on his mind for like 20-something years. And he said at this party, they determined, like they let you know, this is the type of music that we want to hear, which was gangster rap. You understand? And if you wasn't making that, you're not getting no deals. So fast forward to today, if you're not shaking your ass, doing this, that, and other things, you're not getting a deal either.
Real talk.
There is no industry. Come on, that's facade.
Real talk.
No more industry.
Let me get some answer these a few questions on StreamYard. Cormac, right on. Solidarity from the United Kingdom. Right on. Nancy, free them all. Sister from free them all. Rob Ross online with us. Right on. Facts, free them all. Oakland, California, free them all. Madam Magma, absolutely born and raised Oakland, California. We just got back from Oakland, California. Now, The Rock, I have a question. The question is, these Fred Hampton leftists online use Fred Hampton and ask for donations. Do you know about? Let me say this. There are so many people unauthorized or bogusly utilizing the name of of the chairman, our name. You know what I'm saying? We in the process of hiding and dealing with these contradictions. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, be black when it's beneficial, play Panther when it's profitable, when Cubs when it's comfortable. No, that's your question. The Rock, no, that is not sanctioned. You know what I'm saying? No, cut straight to the chase. No, we've been hearing about these different groups, and I've been really picking my moves about making sure I don't address each, because every day, all day, it's constant. A dime a dozen different groups of individuals popping up, and you know what I'm saying? And the deal is sometimes we let shit sit and see what flies attract. However, you know what I'm saying? The deal is, man, to answer your question, no. You know what I'm saying? And we want the people, and we want to heighten the consciousness of people, be very clear, to be able to pick out authenticity from counterfeit. And as far as these individuals saying utilizing our chairman's name and donation, no, that's not sanctioned. No, you know what I'm saying? And we in the process of dealing with it. I say we, I'm not talking about just only the Cubs, I'm talking about the community, I'm talking about the people. Again, the people in general. Right on for the update. Right on. Thank you. Right on. And bring it to our attention. We all see different individuals pop up. Yes, sir, Pastor.
My daughter says she's on the line. She pressed 1 and she can't get in.
So the comrade, can you check a number?
Tiffany, Germany.
What do you do? The first three digits.
I've checked the callers, screen the calls, no one, some of the callers, nobody speaks when I look back, so I don't know who it is, Jimmy. But I'll try again.
Okay, Pastor, you can. Can she hear us? Pastor, tell her make sure she press 1, and also one of the I got word also the Scott sisters. Which one of the Scott sisters? They just passed yesterday. Y'all remember the case of the Scott sisters that was locked up. That word 2 days ago. Sister Nancy Lockhart just gave us a word. One of Scott's sisters had passed yesterday. So definitely extend our condolences, Cub and community condolences. Who do we have? Pastor, tell her press 1. Make sure she press 1. 929-477-3785, and then press 1.
Brother Marcus, for chiming in, because, how likely was it that I called you and he called you on the same day?
Yeah.
That was a divine process.
Ain't no doubt about it.
It was just unlikely. He called you and then I called you on that very same
within
day.
Within 5 minutes. Within 5 minutes.
Exactly.
Within 5 minutes.
Exactly.
So, we say an opportunity knocks, snatch the door off the hinges. You know what I'm saying? Because the deal is, the people's pain reflects. All of us is going through these contradictions one way or another. You know what I'm saying? And they want to keep us separated and subjective. We got to make these connections. What's going down with our people? What's going down through our communities? You know what I'm saying? Wherever we at. Did call in Q? Call in Q? Is she? So Tiffany, if you listen, make sure you press you press 1-929 477-3785. Then press 1. Jamie Scott passed yesterday. Okay. Hit the mute button. The mute button. Yeah.
Can you guys hear me?
We hear you now, sister. We hear you now. Okay. Okay, hold on. Okay, Kazan, I gotta cut you off. I gotta hit the mute button. Okay. Free them all. That's your daughter. Okay, Tony. Okay, 1 second. How you come up out of this? I'm gonna bring you back in a minute, Kazan. Okay, hold on. I'm horrible with this stuff. No. I'll do later. Also, y'all remember Red Rum? Red Rum, he made his transition. He came on a brother out of LA. Not only an artist, but a brother in the community, in the streets. Came on Freedom on Radio before. Phenomenal cat. Long live Red Rum. Long live Red Rum. Right on, co-host. Right on. Okay, Sister Tiffany, you online with us?
Yes.
Oh, welcome to Freedom on Radio. I want to bring you up to speed. I don't know how long you've been on with us. So you actually Janiyah is actually your daughter, correct?
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you. What's the first?
I say first of all, I want to welcome you to our radio program. I want to welcome you, and I want to that's your daughter, Pastor. Right on. And she's Janiyah's mother, right?
Exactly.
Yes.
Okay, so we Pastor Pastor Dave, so your father, he done brought us up to speed, gave us the background, what's going on. We want to, see how we can be assisted, getting his word out, So this, addressing this issue. One thing that kind of strike that they kind of hits hard at home is that the administration, the principal, they had a meeting about but you weren't even invited to the meeting. Could you give us a little more insight about that? And also anything else we may have missed? Somebody got some background noise.
One of the parents actually reached out to me. They had given her my phone number, and it was through her that I discovered that they had a meeting. And at the meeting, apparently she was told that I did not want to meet with them, when in fact that the day of the incident, which was a Wednesday of last week, Thursday and Friday, I was at the school each one of those days for a couple of hours each day, waiting on some type of parent or something just to see what was actually going on, what was going to take place. Even though the girls, two of the girls involved, they did get suspended on Wednesday, I was still trying to wait to see what the parents wanted to do, because even though the girls got suspended, that's, whatever. What is the root of the problem? We never got down to the root of the problem. What was the altercation for? Why? And as of today, I still don't know the why. And that's what I'm looking for. And I believe that if the parents were able to communicate face-to-face via Zoom with the girls and with the girls too,
yes,
maybe we could have come to some type of resolution.
Yes.
If that did not happen, I'm going to have to do a resolution on my own. And, hopefully, once they receive it, a meeting with the parents, a formal meeting, can take place, because even with the young ladies returning to school tomorrow or Friday, we still don't know the root of the problem.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm outside of the fight now. I feel like this is becoming an administration issue, because it was not handled correctly on no end. Even one of the parents, she complained the fact that school let out at 2:30 and she didn't get a first call about her daughter being suspended until almost 3 o'clock. They sent her home on the bus with a suspension in hand, when actually, in all actuality, mom should have been on her way to the school that morning as I was to get her child.
Yeah.
You know, so, I mean, it's a bunch of that because that school is the school that my daughter has to attend because of the rezoning of the Hammond School this year. I mean, we can't even switch school.
Yeah.
You know, we don't even have that option. It's either online learning or your child goes to this school.
Yeah.
You know, and it's only 2 middle schools actually in Hammond now because they closed down the other middle schools and they closed down other schools which actually 6th, 7th, and 8th graders were at some of the high schools. But when they stopped doing that program and made the high school, you know, closed the high schools, you do have all these kids from different areas going to these schools, and we don't really have a choice, you know, of where we got to send our child to. But at any time that you send your child to school, you expect for them to be safe.
Yes.
You expect for them to be taught something.
Yes.
You know, so, and with the teachers quitting, I mean, my daughter was in the engineering, like an engineering program, but the teacher quit. So now she just goes to like an class. There's no teacher. You know, it's beyond the fight to me now in my head. It's administration. And what can we do to assist? Because I'm saying with this lack of administration issues, it has something to do with funding.
No doubt about it.
I'm not sure. I'm just making us have to do with funding. You know, so I don't know. But right now, my focus is now on the administration because the whole incident from beginning to even as of today, 1 week later, it has not been handled correctly.
Well, let us offer this to you, Sister Tiffany. Let us offer this to you. We want to put forward a call. We unite with that position in regards to some sort of one that is, I mean, to get to the root of it, like what's going. I mean, like you, I mean, like a lot of times we hear about, you know, a lot of people think they hear issues with us, issue in the school, children. They might just people say like kids, children to be children. They might be joking with us. But it's a whole nother level of potential, possibility what we're dealing with now. And I mean, aside from the social media aspect, this whole climate, the pandemic, we call it the pandemic, where you got, people impacted by that. And these children in particular who've been, they don't know they're gonna be in school the next day. They coming out, they locked down, and also, we've seen whether it be the schools, senior citizen homes, or prisons, whatever, that we tend to get better results when we that outside support, because they, a lot of times they be in their own little world, whether it be the guards in the prison, the teachers in the administration of the school, the staff at the senior citizen home, and they feel like they can operate in their own bubble. So whatever we can do to assist them, they could see them different area codes from 313s and 773s, 312s, and 805, all the different and 504s popping up, calling and saying, "Listen, this Zoom or what have you, something has happened." In fact, we dealing with a situation right now at Cook County Jail, where the guys locked up in county jail. They had demanded that I be able to come up in there and see what's going on, the conditions side there. And we was able to get a lot of people, released out of isolation and dress some of those horror conditions. So, definitely want to put some outside pressure on them. So we gotta have some sort of, conference. Because again, just people can move with impunity. They feel like, well, don't nobody know who I am. They don't know my name. Just even if we gotta see each other's face on this Zoom, say, hey, hold on. And that alone, some communication, we might be surprised on what that can nip in the bud with these children. I didn't have to deal with situations on these streets, where people get into it. I go out there getting together. Say, hold on, that's such and such first cousin. That's his nephew or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So just to have some communication. We definitely want to put before this. We can call this and listen. A Zoom or something has to happen with people, so we can see, and also to see to see who the players are, who we dealing with. You know what I'm saying? Two. As you just said, to reiterate that, what What's the root cause? I mean, are we tripping? Is it a football beef over a football game, or somebody don't like this color war? What's the issue here? Because we don't know if it's something that's going to be sit dormant for a minute and rise back up, or we dealing with some issue, a mental health issue, some children. We don't know what's going on. Cell phone fight, social media, but at least to acknowledge this. So we definitely want to get some phone numbers so we can, we can encourage people. Say, listen, we get to have that Zoom, we get to have that conference. You know what I'm saying? That in fact, when up the ante from that parent teacher conference to a community teacher, a community administration conference. You know what I'm saying? Because this dynamic is, you see, once it's outside the schoolroom now. It's outside just little James and or little Sheila and Lisa got into it for this. Like I said earlier, we grew up, we going to school, get into it. Our parents might not even know about the word. You know what I'm saying? Now, I mean, this impacts us for life. You packed on social media. You know what I'm saying? The narrative, all type of stuff. So it's a whole different dynamic we're dealing with now. You know what I'm saying? So the ante is being up. So that's what I want to suggest that we do that. You know what I'm saying? 929-477-3785. Then press 1 for those who wish to call in. So we sister, I want to offer that. I want to offer that to you. And we do that. And you know what I'm saying? Whatever numbers you have Pastor have to give us, we can call in and you know what I'm saying, or if they to keep us posted, we'll put the people out. I mean, we get on that, or it ain't gonna be like no big chaotic scene where everybody be on the Zoom still. We can have a designated spokesperson. You know what I'm saying? So this was happening, and that's what I suggest that we move forward on it. Say the kids, yeah.
I appreciate that. Now we'll definitely keep you informed on what's the next steps that we're gonna have.
Right on. We live and direct, y'all. We live and direct on Freedom on Radio. You know what I'm saying? We talk. We try. We moving. We just stopped through LA for a minute talking about the loss of Brother Red Rum, who came on here before y'all. Type of man, phenomenal cat. Phenomenal cat. He broke down so much history was going. He gave some root causes. You know what I'm saying? The Crips and Bloods, what was going down in the history. You know what I'm saying? His transition. We stopped at Houston, Texas for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Paid our condolences and transition to Bobo Smart, Father Robert Allen, aka Later Rage, our co-host. Moved around, touchdown with Willie D and Face, Ghetto Boys yesterday. We moving around again. You know what I'm saying? Took a breather. We right back here. We talking about what's happening in Hammond, Indiana. For those who are not familiar with the Midwest area, we talking about, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people just familiar with Gary, but Hammond, Indiana, check it out. We talking about 15, 20 minutes tops outside Chicago. And you can't, you look at, a lot of times people think that, you know what I'm saying, the 290, the crime and what's going on, the killings every day. You say, okay, as long as it's cool, as long as it's contained in Chicago. And as a former superintendent of Chicago police, Eddie Johnson said to some tourists before, he said, whoa, do not worry. He said, let me be clear. There are two Chicagos. In fact, we said there's a Chicago and there's a Chirac. You know what I'm saying? And the deal is this, but it's not confined to just, they don't get to the city, to the borderline, the city limits, say, hey, okay, hold on. Don't carry that mindset over there. They don't say, wait a minute, don't do that in the schools. You know what I'm saying? You talk about the social media dynamic aspects of it. And as Pastor David just said, I mean, let's be very clear. We all clear. Had this been, you know what I'm saying, a young white girl, you know what I'm saying, in the white community, we very clear. Hey, we seen the repercussions. We seen what happened at Sandy Hook, Connecticut, when, you know, some white children being shot. You know, we seen the chief CEO, the former chief CEO of this country. You know what I'm saying? President Obama. We've seen the tears in his eyes. You know what I'm saying? And we see the responses, or better yet, the lack of responses when it comes down to our people. You know what I'm saying? And even us, we start to become normal, immune to it. And we, you know what I'm saying? Well, that's what happens. We got to struggle, y'all. Hey, as Marvin Gaye said, this ain't living, y'all. We live in direct on Freedom on Radio, 929-477-3785. Press 1. What's happening in Hammond, Indiana? You know what I'm saying? What's going down December the 3rd, December the 1st? Benjamin, y'all feel free. Paris and anybody else, y'all feel free to call in, tap in. We're gonna need those updates, particularly also if you don't call in tonight, let us know next week what's going on. December 1st, we got a panel discussion going on about the Rainbow Coalition, then and now. December the 3rd, we talking about the art exhibit, the art for the Hampton House. You know what I'm saying? We talking about what's going to be going on. I think the Karen Center, I think that's where it's going to be at. We got more details coming in. So look for that flyer, how you can support. Then y'all know what's going for the big day, December the 4th. Excuse me, International Revolutionary Day. 12 o'clock, 2337 West Chairman Fred Hampton Way, a.k.a. Monroe. Be there. I don't care how cold it is, how hot it is. Y'all know, hey, we going to be, we on deck. We on deck. Call us. Y'all call out. Let us know. Y'all feel free again at 929-477-3785. Then press 1. Again, that was an update from Nancy Lockhart by Jamie Scott, the Scott sisters, who were locked up. I forgot what year they were released. Jamie Scott had passed. Ross, you got the number. Come around, cool in the building, free them all. Chicago Public Schools. Is that now, Nancy? That's is that the number for? That's for Chicago Public Schools. That we talking about this. Is that still over Hammond, Indiana? Hammond, Indiana. We talking about Hammond, Indiana. Which is 20 minutes out, 20 minutes tops outside of Chicago. Hammond, Indiana. Having the connection problems, dude.
Chairman, I'm on if you can hear me.
Oh, hey, okay, co-host in the building, right on. Free them all.
Yeah, I had it on mute because I'm fighting through these 18-wheelers and everything trying to get back.
Oh man, stay focused. Stay focused.
I wanted to thank everybody who sent. Yeah, I wanted to thank everybody who sent me condolences and you and Mama Akua, your extra support and Sister Daphne. I just saw a text that she sent me. I didn't even see that. And Phil Marshall and Deputy Phil Marshall, everybody and Secretary, everybody who sent their condolences to me. I really appreciate it, and I thank you all.
We thank you. Those who just tuned in again. That's Robin Allen, aka the Lady of Rage, our co-host. Her father, depending on what age range you are, some know, Baby D from Friday, Lady of Rage. Her father, Bobo Smart, had passed. They had a funeral and a tribute. As one sister said, what did she say? What did the lady say? What Squirt say? Like it's not a celebration. Some term that they use. They acknowledge him, and it was a send off. It was a good send off, And again, we say the people's pain reflects, and the deal is, and this, I know, and even with all the deaths we hear every day, we turn on social media. It's somebody, death. We got to struggle not to become. I'm saying, I mean, this is a reality life, but it's also intensified now. And again, the people's pain reflects. You know what I'm saying? And we gotta. We can't become cold. We can't become stoic. We got to keep on struggling. And so, somebody put on as a meme on Facebook the other day. They say, whatever your best clothes or your shoes that you like that you waiting for a special day, wear them now. Because ain't no guarantee tomorrow's where I'm not. You know what I'm saying? And I know we got to be real strategic, stay in the house, so and so. But again, y'all, there are no guarantee tomorrow's, man. Real talk. These are tense times, and we got to distinguish living from existing. Real talk. So it was a great send-off. A great send-off for your pops. Yeah, and again, continue Cub and community condolences. Continue.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it all. I'm gonna go back on mute because I gotta, like I said, I'm doing this traffic and dark and all this stuff. So. But yep. I'm riding with y'all.
So you're right. Right on. We ride free them all. We live and direct, y'all. Free them all radio.
Yeah,
free them all. So we gonna be Sister Tiffany gonna be keeping us posted in regards to this. It was happening in Hammond. And whatever background research y'all need to do, y'all check it out. All the facts. What's all? Hey, man. We gotta follow up, man. The car. I need the windshield wipers for the car. I need to get the windshield wipers, and we got to do some work on it, man. But we pulled it off, man. I got the Cubs are coming. I'm gonna give you a shout out on the paint, and that, you know what I'm saying. And we got a couple of pictures of the old school. We got to get some more pictures for the weather break real bad, man. Real talk. Shout out to D, man. Shout out to D, man. All the facts. Man, and let us know your podcast is happening. You know what I'm saying? We go to the support, man. Love you, brother. Real talk. Real talk. Love right back at you, man. Real talk. Who is that we got? Now, free Mumia, that's right. Free Mumia Abu Jamal. Show you right. And free them all. There you go. There you go. Yeah. Okay, so Nancy's going to find it. Okay, again, that's Hammond, Hammond. Looking 15, 20 minutes tops outside Chicago area. Any more callers in queue? Let me know any more.
Brother Chairman, we have Brother Shabazz in queue.
Fremont, welcome to Fremont Radio. Also, break, give me a cup of coffee real quick, but I'm gonna do a real quick move in 1 second. But go ahead. Well, let me welcome you Fremont Radio first. Welcome to Fremont Radio. A little bit louder, brother. A little bit louder. Oh man, my man. Oh, welcome to Fremont Radio. Man, so, hold on. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, we live and direct. Yes, indeed. Welcome to Fremont Radio. Yes, indeed. Got my coffee. Appreciate you.
Y'all talking about the children situation, and it just brought me back to how I try to raise my brothers, and I try to talk to them. You know, one of the things I tell them every day is I tell them, no matter what, y'all both be nice to each other, and y'all both tell me if somebody is very mean to y'all. No matter if that's my dad, my mom, my brothers, my sisters. I always tell my two brothers, man, y'all come back to me. If anybody is being mean to y'all, I always tell them, you be nice to people whenever you can, whenever you have to, and as much as you want to, man. It's sad because, you know, that's something I was not taught. You know, my father could not teach me that. His father couldn't teach him that. And, you know, that's the issue in the black community. And obviously, I always blame on systemic racism. I always blame on a white man. Because if my dad didn't have to go through the things that he went through as a southern black man and the Delta of Mississippi, the first Scott County, Mount Bayou, Indian Old Mississippi, if he didn't have to go through that, if he didn't have to have his dad put him through all of the sexual issues that he put him through, without a doubt, I don't think that, you know, I would be done so much time as I was done. You know, the physical, emotional, mental abuse my dad put me through, and, you know, he put all those through. You know, if my dad was there this phone call, it would be unfortunate, you know, that he probably wouldn't. It probably wouldn't transpire the way it's supposed to be. You know, I don't think he would understand, you know, that it wasn't his fault, but it was. You know, I don't think my dad committed himself to doing what a lot of parents don't do, and that's just showing their children that, you know, it's about spreading love, but also, you know, I think it's also about teaching your children about the world. I think that one thing that we got to stop running away from is not teaching them about the world. We have to teach them about racism. We have to teach them about comparing. If you say hi to somebody, people like to based on your race, they might want to kill you, they might want to hurt you, they might want to do something that's crap that you didn't expect, all because you were white. So, yeah, man, I just want to say that, like, damn, like, it's something I think about every day. The youth is so important. To hear everything that's going on, it's like, it's almost an expectation. You would expect this because just right here in Minnesota, where I'm at, right here in Minnesota, Minneapolis, Minnesota, Mankato, Minnesota, St. Paul, Minnesota, we have kids committing suicide because they get bullied in school. We have kids, you know, I acting just like YouTube. They act, I mean, I'm around so many kids that talk like YouTube. They act just like social media. They are not themselves. They are social media. They act. There's this show on YouTube. I don't know if you know about the show, but it's called Diana and Roma. But I will tell you, Diana and Roma is something I
say one more time, brother. One more time, please. What is it? What's it called? What?
Yeah, it's called Diana and Roma. And I believe the two kids, I believe they are like some kind of UK or something. I don't know. I forget specifically. But I mean, all the children that I see watch this in my life, they talk like them, they act like them, they fight like them. They really go churches like them.
Are they?
I'm so like my photographic memory is so well.
Are they human? Are they draw like cartoons or draw? You know what are they? Are they like actual? What are they? Diana and Rona. Like how old? Like how old? Like what's the age range?
I'd say right now they're about 8 and 9. They probably just not turned 9 and 10. But you know, they was doing it when they were like 6 years old. And it's
Diana and Rona.
She's a YouTube star. Diana's a flat out. Yep. They're originally from the Ukraine.
Yeah.
I got that on my head. Originally from Ukraine, but a flat out YouTube star. And I mean, the influence they have on people of color, obviously, kids of color, and any kid in general, it's mind-boggling. It's mind-boggling. And you know why? Because the parents just throw the kids the phone. They throw the kids the iPad.
Yeah.
And they walk around and they're just like you, you know. But that's something that, man, it's something that it's really bad right now, Chairman. Social media is bad.
Yeah.
Political candidates. I hate even saying candidates because they're just funny. They run their campaign on, don't teach your kids critical race theory. Are we going to take back our rights as parents? And are we going to take back our rights to teach our kids? What do you want to teach them? Well, you're teaching them worse. If you're not teaching them critical race theory, you're letting them soak themselves into social media, which is a lie. Social media is a lie, and it's killing our kids. It's damaging our kids. And that's why our kids are being bullied at school, because at school the kids bring back what they learned from social media, and they say, okay, if you're not like what I saw on social media, I don't want to be your friend, I don't like you, and I'm going to show you that. I'm going to show you that in a way that social media is teaching me to show you that. And we have a real problem with the kids in social media, and then with the kids just not spreading love in general, and that starts with the parents.
Man, brother, I gotta acknowledge too. And I said this before, like I'm not even, even hip, and I try to, keep my ear to the ground, and, in regards to ever developing phenomenons or styles but man, this whole thing it moves so fast. With the social media, social engineering. I mean, we really got to get like a think tank, just to constantly, keep us on this. I mean, like us. I mean, to stay in the loop. I remember when I first got hip to Facebook. I was speaking to some youngsters, and I was talking. I mentioned about MySpace. They was laughing. They like, man, they said, oh, he's still on MySpace. And I was like, man, just to keep up with this, man, and I want to encourage. I want to put this out there. If we have any, let me know if y'all can still hear me, because sometimes the phone, I bet y'all lost y'all. Instagram, can you still hear me? Let me know if you can still hear me. Instagram. I'm gonna restart on the safe side, because I know sometimes this don't stay. Okay, y'all bear with me 1 second. No. Okay, try again. Okay, 1 second. Okay, give me 1 second. Okay, 1 second. One second. Okay, Instagram. Okay. Y'all tune back in with us. Catch us on Instagram. Come on, Cub, on back in with us. Give me 2 seconds. Let me see some people pop back in. Instagram. Okay. Good to see you as well. Can y'all hear me? Okay. Can y'all hear me? Let me know. Kazan, can you hear me on Instagram? Can you hear me on Instagram?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Well, Coles, you on the phone, right? You know on Instagram. You on Instagram? Who said that game? That was you? Who said it?
Oh, you said Instagram. I didn't hear.
Okay. Can y'all hear me? Okay, you got. Let me say this. Let me. I need this echo. We need this echo. Really, I appreciate, Brother Spaz. I appreciate you calling this. We need, man. Some of us, man. we can pull our youngsters, our nephews, our sons, our daughters, nieces, nephews, whatever. Man, if they can, whatever. Ideally a week. To jump in on a weekly show. I really want to get bring us up to speed, keep us up to speed with this here, and let break the ice with them. Let them know this ain't no judgmental. We're not gonna be beating them up. You know what I'm saying? They ain't gonna be, talking. You know what I'm saying? We're not trying to invade the privacy. But we need to be constantly updated with this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm gonna check this out. This Diane and Rona on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? This is it's this TV show, Law and Order, SVU, right? And they had this episode. They had this episode. Yeah, please do. Yeah, they had this episode where they had cracked this one pedophile, and they told the pedophile, "Listen, they'll work a deal with him if he gets some more pedophiles." They took him and this one pedophile, and they showed him. I got some background noise in the background. It's like I mute the phone. Get some background noise in the background. It was this pedophile. They made a deal with him. He went to show them how he had a conversation with a child, and from the naked eye, you would think he just talking to this child about some ice cream, but it was a whole coded conversation with a child. The child's parent was right there. And the child was like, there was a gift, don't send it to your parent, and what time to meet them, so on and so forth. And see, a lot of times we call it our egos or this subjectivity, or my child, listen, let's be honest. See, with certain that, you acknowledge women can have a conversation with you. This ain't no subjective, but this is a reality. So women can have a conversation with each other, you know what I'm saying? Unbeknownst to, the men in the room, and vice versa. Certain communities can be right there and have a conversation. The deal is, they study the algorithms, the study of our people, the truth, and we got to constantly people say, well, I don't want to know about that stuff. That's too, we cannot afford the luxury not to. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole, everything is political. You know what I'm saying? The words, the terms, the fashion, everything. And you hear about. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead, brother Shabazz. Go ahead. You were saying something, brother? My fault.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say, yeah. No, you good. It's beyond political, and it's sad because, like I said, the parents, the older people, I don't think understand how serious the kids are being affected. The kids are being affected at an all-time rate. It's not even close. And you sit back and you hear all these excuses. And like I said, you see the candidates running, and they say this and they say that. We need to normalize that. How can you call yourself a parent a teacher, a professor, or whatever. We need to normalize. How can you call yourself that if you are not raising your kids appropriately? If you are not raising your kids to be respectful, mindful, and considerate of others at all times? Meaning, we know the circumstances where if you're violated or discrimination or racism arises, but do we also know that these children are being hindered at home because not only are they being taught the bad, but again, the social media, like you said, the algorithm. You know, I see Instagram funny as hell, Chairman. Watch this. I'm pretty sure you probably deal with this. Instagram, they let disgusting bots, fake bots talk about sex, this and this. They let them try to hack your account. They let them view your stories, send you messages.
Yeah.
You can't post attack racism, but sexual bots.
Hey.
People can try to hack your account.
Man.
You talk about something like that, you can't talk about it.
Hey, bro, man. Hey, man. We have the People's Ball. That's my birthday celebration, December 29th. We do it every year. What do we? Damn, hold on. Was that last? Wait a minute. No, that one. When we? Hold on. That one. Wait a minute. What did we just? Can't be that. What did we just have recently? We just done this recently. What did we just do recently? They all that. It could have been December 29th, the People's Ball. What we just had? We just had something recently on a Zoom. Was that the People's Ball? Well, we just did something recently. Help me out, comrades. We just did something on the Zoom, and all type of I mean, man, the stuff that they came in there with the hack. I mean, man, my stomach turning right now thinking about it. You know what I'm saying? And we adults, man. I could imagine with these children. We just did something recently. I came in what it was. It couldn't have been a People's Ball. I don't think it was a year ago, was it? Damn. But man, I'm hearing you loud and clear. Well, what was it? Yeah, it was.
I think it was for a movie, for a screening. I think it was for.
Yeah. And man, they came in was look. Matter of fact, let's keep going. Let's keep going. My stomach turn on everything I love. My stomach turning right now. I mean, so they can control. I mean, and as soon we get to talk about some political, some heavy stuff, the images, it's still in my mind right now. It's still in my mind. And I'm an adult. Man, listen, you told me what they doing our children, man. We really got to, hey, y'all, we gotta, hey, man, and all that stuff about, can't nobody control what you think. So listen, man, hey, this is serious business. This is serious business. I'm talking about one thing. Look at the damage that they done to us with the movies, and you know what I'm saying, the TV show, the damage how some of us feel. You know what I'm saying? How our definitions of beauty. How, you know what I'm saying? How we try to talk, who we look up to. You know what I'm saying? How we try to dress, how damaged we are as adults. When you got that dynamic there, and man, like I said, man, it's serious business, man. And, you know what I'm saying? The movie Manchurian Candidate, they can send these children up to walk up in that, man. Listen, hey, it's and then. But Sebastian, let me ask you your thoughts about this. What's your thoughts about, like, even now, in addition to what we're talking about, social media, in some cases, there might be an opening, a possibility for a balance. So when you go outside and engage in some physical sports, so now with this climate, with some of the coronavirus, the pandemic, how like what like how the children now, I mean, how do without any balance with their own, I mean, everything, I mean, the only woman you see, the only man you see is these, these children you see is these bots and these droids and these people on YouTube. And give us a little insight on that, your thoughts on that. But Sebastian still. can't go outside. That your only option option is let me give a little let me tell you about a war story. It's ironic I'm talking about this. I just talked to this brother yesterday. Man, this is ironic. I'm gonna tell you about this. I just talked to this brother yesterday. It's a place called Centralia. We call it Clantrail. It's a prison, it's a concentration camp, Southern Illinois. And this brother, I just talked to him. That's what it was. Right on, comrade. That's what it was. We was about 20 years being out. Man, this is crazy. We was having an event for acknowledging me being out 20 years. That's what we was talking. That's the event we was doing. They got doing these. We was about 20 years being out. This goes right into my discussion. What I'm about to say. This one we in Clantrail, and I remember this. They had an accident on Lakeshore Drive, which is, by the way, now is known as Jean-Baptiste Point du Sable Drive, after Jean-Baptiste Point du Sable. And the lady her clothes was off, but you could see she a car accident. And you could see the man, and this is no attack on the brother, he might be listening. That's not the point here. How he was looking, like trying to see her body, you know what I'm saying? I mean, and she was messed up in a car accident. And then they had an episode, might have been Soul Train or something came on TV. He was literally looking up under the TV, like you could see up under her dress under the TV. This is the dynamic with this. And this is no slight on him. This is at this system. He was literally looking up under the TV to see like up under her dress. So with this is an adult who who has had relations with with women before. I'm talking about children now. To be in the climate with this climate, what are some of the dynamics you foresee even with that? That's my question.
But it's a reality. I got to go back to the politicians because they enable this. They enable this idea that it's okay to talk to younger women, and they enable the fact that boys will be boys or whatever the hell that means. And they sit back and they do all this corrupt stuff with you. They do all this behind the door, trafficking, soliciting, whatever, you can name it. Modern day slavery, we see that every day. Modern day slavery, we see that every day. And, with that dynamic, when you have people who represent, quote unquote, who represent you in your county, in your state, and at the federal level, at the governmental level, when you have people who represent you that enable that kind of stuff, it will be hard to stop that dynamic if you don't get them out. It will be hard to stop the dynamic if you don't get them out, because they're going to sit in there and keep doing the same thing. And when, we got the conversation of, we're going to talk about critical race theory, we're going to talk about our kids having to deal with the possibility of being assailed or being affronted by somebody because of the physical attributes at a young age. And it's very interesting. It's very interesting that the dynamic is always pulled back to race or something, because the people who are doing it are the ones who are being asked the questions. The people who are doing it are the ones who are sitting at home with their children. Listen to their children saying, I love you, saying this, saying that, but walking straight out the door to do the same things that they just do with their children, but try to do it at the more, obviously, illegal level, and do it at a level where it's obviously not seen. They're going to behind closed doors, and they're getting away with it. So as far as that dynamic goes, I feel like it's going to be extremely hard if you allow these people to not only remain in office, but also allow these people to get off with it. People went crazy, Chairman, when Bill Cosby got off, when he got caught. They went crazy. Let me remind you, our Supreme Court Justice, Brett Kavanaugh, is still a Supreme Court Justice. Thank you very much. He has had more allegations than I can count on my finger. He has been involved in sexual assault, sexual abuse, you can name it, right? They said shut it down. Stop talking about himself. Stop worrying about Brett Kavanaugh. And he's a Supreme Court justice, I'll be damned. But since Bill Cosby is black, since Bill Cosby is wrong as well, as soon as Bill Cosby got parted, they made sure you knew. He did this, he's one of the worst people ever. He's a danger to women around the world. Well, God's damn it, excuse me. The babies around the world, they sit at the highest level. They sit in the military. R.I.P. to Vanessa Williams. R.I.P. of a sergeant, a female sergeant, who is not here with us anymore because of the male sergeant, the male sergeant who took her out because of her sexual attributes. And it's sickening. It's sickening. And the dynamic won't change unless we get people out of these places that represent us. It's bad. Like I said, I quote this. I hope anybody can hear me. I hope I'm correct. At the highest level, y'all, we have Brett Kavanaugh, our Supreme Court justice, who sits behind a desk enabling not only our Constitution, but also enabling some of the worst things possible to the youth. And I know he does, and we know he does.
I want to add this too, that I would even go look. I mean, they not like what is one thing like to be behind closed doors. I'm talking about this ain't even no behind the closed. This I mean, is you can you can turn flip past some of this target. They come into your they come into your door. Coming to you, it's not even no front. You know what I'm saying about the crime. Like I said, you listen to. I just got. I'm not just even limited to just even the amount of sexuality that's displayed upon me. I'm talking about even the straight up murder, killing, violence, all this. I'm talking about the children. It's some guy called himself Pastor Mike, some white dude named Pastor Mike or something. And it was interesting to hear him repeat some of these lyrics of these songs. He say this cannot go down in any other community. And he said I'm changing some of the words out of concern. I don't want to say the wrong thing. He said you don't want to say the wrong thing. It detail step by step where to get the gun from, how to go through the drive-by, who pull up on who. You know what I'm saying? And it was something here coming from his voice. Because I can say even from. It's like I tell people, I say when the counterinsurgency or when it comes from like faces or people that look like you, like I tell people, you know what I'm saying, when we talk about in the 1960s when the government tried to get different organizations going against the Black Panther Party, this was not some white dudes in some suits and some mirror sunglasses and briefcases. They were individuals that look like us and talk like us. You know what I'm saying? They came to the community. So when you hear some of these lyrics and details and stuff that's coming to these children, it doesn't sting as hard because it got the vernacular has maybe a slang or a jargon that you make it relate to. And sometimes you need to. When that white dude said them lyrics, I said, "Damn!" I mean, it really detailed how to blow this dude head up on this corner on this street, turn around. The details, And it's no distinguishment between private and public. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole climate. Not that no cop and no pleas for these elected, really selected officials. Everything from the record industry. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, you couldn't sell this slop. You couldn't sell this slop to any other community. You know what I'm saying? And it's acknowledged. Like one of the I think Quantico, Virginia, I think the FBI headquarters, they did a study. They talk about like even the pitch, the vernacular, the voice, how it how it relates to Black people. And I remember this once a Republican senator, forgot his name. Maybe he's one of these. I forget. He got up on the Senate floor and he read Jay-Z's lyrics word for word, and they were like, "Damn!" People were shocked because they think that it's some sort of like the Black community is dismissed or detached from politics. You know what I'm saying? Like it's all this stuff, it clears. It clears. I mean, when they listen, the songs that come in our community, the videos, ain't no everything on the plantation. Massa knows about them chitlins. that we got, you know what I'm saying, the slop that we getting. You know, they know it's, and we snuck some extra chitlins in. The master knows about this. They sanction it. You know what I'm saying? It's a given. You know, and even how it affects the mindset. I remember, and back, I don't know why I'm just I'm having these memories about Centralia, Clantralia. They did a shakedown. The guards did a shakedown. They come through, tell the cell up, tell the cage up, take all your property. And I remember this one guy, he would always be real, like he was real. He was always around the and Clantralia was, I mean, didn't cut no corners about the race question. Didn't cut no corners about the race question. It was this one Negro, he would always be around the white guards trying to, you know, shuck and jive, you know what I'm saying, with the guards. And I remember them shaking the cells down. And I remember them going through his cell and taking all his girly magazines, the pictures, all, and they threw, they said, you can keep this, and threw all the black magazine girls back in there with him, and took all the white magazine, and we was looking at me, you could see how he was like, man, why y'all taking that from me? And they was like, we been like, catch you looking at this no more. They took all the white girls, these are magazines. Man, you know, you can see how heartbroken he was, and see the images and say, look at us do a self-analysis as adults, how we have impacted how we view beauty. You know what I'm saying? How we define intelligence, our vernacular. You know, I definitely got to check out this piece you talk about, Diane and Ron. I got to check out them. I can imagine. You know what I'm saying? But this we really want to put on the. I want to reiterate this again. We need some updates. We need some youngsters. We, you know what I'm saying, man, listen, let me first of all commend. I thank y'all. We thank the people for calling in, people for supporting Freedom on Radio. Thank the people for supporting SatanHamptonHouse.org. But again, revolutionary is never satisfied. Like a big brother or big sister program need y'all to, you know what I'm saying, I need some youngsters. And don't, well, my niece, she young, my nephew, you'll be surprised. Get them to come on and sit on with us, y'all, and, you know, and update us. That's why I be trying to keep my ear to the ground. You know, what you know, saying, these cats, you know, we're black youngsters, what they talking about, you know. So we need some youngsters to be on to update us to get the time with the show. They come on for a few minutes. You know what I'm saying? The words and turns. We, you know what I'm saying, again, we gotta stay relevant, y'all. This is see. We relate to the philosophical tool of dialect. Check this out, man. Get pens and pads ready, y'all. We relate to the philosophical tool of dialectical materialism. A lot of people relate to metaphysicalism, so metaphysics, so on and so forth. And this is the part. This is what we relate to. In other words, we come to conclusions not based on, you know what I'm saying, well, this is a good person, I hope this would happen, so on and so forth. We come to conclusions based on history and logic. You know what I'm saying? So, okay, what's the history of the petty bourgeoisie? Oh man, you know, man, dude, cool. No, what's the context? What's the exterior? What's the extenuating circumstance? What are the conditions? You know what I'm saying? What you know what I'm saying? How have the petty bourgeoisie? How have they historically moved? You know what I'm saying? We relate to, you know what I'm saying, draw conclusions on not just oh, that's my homie. You know what I'm saying? Say, no, what's their political line? What did Lenin said? We see things and define things how you view the state and how the state views you. That's the final line. You know what I'm saying? Also, in addition, we recognize things are ever developing. They are constantly being born, constantly dying and disintegrating. Nothing stays exactly the same. How you say, like how you say people talking about dead skin on their hand? You know what I'm saying? You look at different dynamics. You say, okay, listen, that's 2 minutes ago. That happened. That's history. Respect it. However, recognize it for what it is. It's, you know, so you got to be ever developing. We got to, you know what I'm saying? We got to stay. We have to have a core of our beliefs. Capitalism has a core. It's consistent. There's a consistency about capitalism. However, it's ever developing. I got to bring this young brother on. Matter of fact, I'm gonna hit him up. I got to hit him up to see if we can get his son on here next week. This is a famous rapper. You know, I'm gonna hit him up. His son was 12 years old. He put his son on the phone with me. It's a term they're using for capitalism. It's a term they use it. And this young brother was breaking it down. It sounded so beautiful. I said, man, I hear what you saying, little brother. I hear what you saying, but understand this ain't no this ain't capitalism first rodeo. You dig? It's a new term that they using for it. And I say, that sounds good starting up from when you starting from, young brother. But I said, I say the root of it. Kind of what the sister said earlier. Let's talk about the root of why these children get down. See, you start something. I mean, you start from a certain state. A lot of people come in from a subjective point of view. You go to the movie theater, you come with your popcorn, you sit down at the movie theater, and you see Jason and Freddy Krueger coming. You're like, man, that's a cool sweater dude got on. They look people who've been. They look at you like, man, dude is a knockoff artist. He a mask. What you mean? Like, I mean, you coming in from a certain point in time. You subjective. You come through the door, you like, man, this is all right situation. You know what I'm saying? I said, man, but the root of it. You come in, you say, oh man, these children, they just do. No, hold on, man. Listen to the words they were saying with the certain thing. Why would they come in? They giving a whole background to the little sister. You ain't doing this, you ain't doing. How you gotta start figuring out how you know what you're saying, all my personal business. How you know who I'm in a relationship with, not a relationship with? How you know what I'm saying? How you know all this background? You know what I'm saying? Man, they got the whole social media. We got the root, again, right on, the root. In fact, when we say the principal contradiction, we acknowledge the secondary, like I said, Chicago, you know what I'm saying? They just had a bus yesterday, airplane, 2 airplanes, cartel, tons of cocaine. We got some of the principal contradiction, y'all. Man, this has been a phenomenal episode, y'all. Hey, let me check one thing real quick. Give me 1 minute. Okay, free them all. Okay. Free them all. Okay. I think we down to the countdown. Give us any more updates, comments. We got our marching orders. Free them all to come right.
We have Brother Quavo on the line.
Oh, what? Yes, indeed. Welcome, free them all. Welcome, Fremont Radio. Man, we can't. Hey, this is Brother Kwame, y'all. Hey, man, let people know where you at, man. I mean, he been on the battlefield with this. I'm glad you called in, bro. Man, real talk. Let us know where you at. What's the updates on the campaigns? I mean, he been battling these airways. I mean, nonstop. And Kwame Pratt, talk to me. It's also y'all nephew. Geronimo Jijaga Pratt, the Black Panther Party. It's Kwame Pratt. I'm talking about he been, man, nonstop on the airway. You turn on. I mentioned this white dude passed the mic, and I mentioned the white dude because a lot of times when white people say the government said it's a fact. People can acknowledge it. Kwame, he'll break down. He'll give you them lyrics on a day-to-day basis. You be like, damn, that's what they saying. And you as an adult, how it impacts you, man. Charlie, cats really should be lucky these children in the case, cannibalism. Real talk. Which it might be going down, real talk. Who you say Wanda Solomon, free Wanda Solomon? Go ahead, Brother Kwame. Okay.
Yeah, he had this YouTube, man, that people should check out. Why black murder is normalized, and he puts it on the radio station.
It's on YouTube.
Definitely. But when you talk about amazement,
it's on YouTube.
Yeah.
I say it's on YouTube. When the Pastor Mike video.
Yeah, it's a TED Talk. He did a TED Talk.
Oh, okay. So what do you type in? What do you type in? What do you type in?
Why black murder is normalized.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, they call him White Mike. But when you say the stuff that like shocks you, like the iHeart station, No Heart station, we call them No Heart. They were playing a song by Spot 'em Got 'em called Beatbox. A straight up song just about killing Africans and, hit him shot him in the back, knock his dreads off. And then in this song, there was a line from the baby who got canceled for, doing what he did. So Cole got canceled. But he was allowed on this song, and they played on GDI to say, she do whatever I say. I'll piss in a cup and call it lemonade. We're playing out on WGCI.
This is before he got canceled.
Oh, this is before he doesn't get canceled for that. He don't get canceled for disrespecting our women or calling for Africans to get shot, ran down and shot, bragging about how his 2-year-old daughter is a G because she saw him kill an N by the age of 2.
Yeah.
He don't get canceled for that. Matter of fact, he gets NAACP Image Award nominations and Grammy nominations for making songs like that. Songs that say, I'm gonna put 20K in your head and have your partners come kill you. So this stuff is so crazy, man. But you remember when we pushed this through to the FCC? When I just think about Jamal Cole, I know you got to go real quick, but Jamal Cole getting shot at on yesterday, and just listen to his interview, saying a lot of the things that are true in terms of why we have these crime problems and these social conditions, but there's nothing about the blatant issue that tells you to spray blocks and to shoot and kill people where 2-year-old babies can go to sleep at night and not wake up because they've been shot in their home while they're sleeping by some fool who's been told it's cool to spray blocks. It's cool to spin your block twice and come back and look like the world in. And so he didn't mention nothing about that.
Hold on, Quality. Who you say got shot? You lost me for a minute. What happened? About someone got shot at? What happened? You lost me for a minute. Jamal Cole, the brother that's running for activist that's running for Congress. Okay. He didn't get shot. They shot at him in Hyde Park. Yeah, not too long after they shot that and killed that student, that recent grad student out there. I think it was yesterday. Okay. And so, I mean, again, we're like y'all been saying, our children and youth are programmed to off each other, to disrespect each other, like the brothers were talking about earlier. And when we have these fights in Hammond, these shootings in Hammond and in Gary and Louisiana and Chicago, all around the country. I mean, brothers, even at these HBCUs, at their homecomings, there have been shootings all over the place. Fort Valley State, Grambling State University, shooting out in Maryland. I forgot maybe it was Morgan State. There's shootings all over the place because, like you always say, they've been dropping these propaganda bombs on our children for so long. It's just what it is right now. And then you look at, then you see what happened out there at the minstrel show in Houston, Texas. The violent pornographic minstrel show they was having in Houston, Texas. And one thing that's interesting about that, I don't think there was any Africans, people of recent African descent, who died in that. And that just shows you how these minstrel fests, they're minstrel fests, because others go to watch us act a damn fool. Yeah, yeah. So, man, this piece of stuff. And one of the things about Jamal Cole, because he mentioned calling in the feds. And so we contacted the FCC. Not no federal government coming in with no good. We contacted the Federal Communications Commission to uphold the decency standards, to put sanctions on these people and to take their license. Well, they just recently finally got back to us after almost a year about the station in Hammond. Power 92.3 has said they dismissed our case. They said that they said that their licensees they trust that they will act in the best interest of their listeners. Now, in this case, most of their listeners are young African children and youth. And so, like today when I was monitoring that station, they played Molly Percocet, a song called Mask Off from No Future, followed by Back in Blood. I ain't got nowhere to go. I done shot up everywhere they was.
And that's in the best interest of our children. And so the feds are in cahoots with them. They're in cahoots with them.
We can't. Y'all start getting up in the morning and listen to some of this stuff in the morning. You know what I'm saying? I mean, try to man without this. I mean, go past the beat and listen. I mean, like listen to it. You know what I'm saying? And I tell you, like, no, they're not saying that. No, no. I mean, listen to some. That's some of the words, and man. I mean, and you like, damn. I mean, before 8 in the morning, hey, them youngsters that go through some drive-bys, a few about two, at least, man, a few rapes, murders, and man, the fact they be walking on 2 feet, the fact they walking on 2 feet by 9 in the morning, they done came up. They done came up. Real talk.
Look, then the CEO of McDonald's want to tweet talking about blaming the parents. Yet every time we hear this crap, this mild pornographic N-bomb dropping kill African music, and right after that there's a McDonald's commercial. So they financing that crap. You gonna send a text talking about blaming the parents. Man, ready for that.
Real talk, man. Well, we commend you, man, Brother Quality, man, for holding the line. Man, and propaganda, man. You look at go look at them things. They go to Waco, Texas, whatever. They play some music before they go and attack them. Probably it's important. I mean, people say, man, Isley Brothers responsible for a lot of babies. The music sets the mood. You know what I'm saying? It sets the mood. You know what I'm saying? You go, say, okay, man, the tone of it, the beat of it, all that. You know what I'm saying? I know. Hey, got a few speeding tickets at bass. Come on, you hit that pedal. Man. Hey, they real talk. It sets the mood. It sets the mood, and the mood. They set the scene for us. Man, action cut, man, pick up your banger, man. Here you go, man. Straight up, and man, propaganda bombs. And it's ain't no war on drugs, no war on guns, no war on us. Real talk. Y'all make sure y'all too.
Our last piece, brother, what we're doing right now is called, it's an ad campaign. We saying #turn it off. Turn off any sorts of lyrics that call for the shooting and killing of black people and the degradation of black women. #turn it off.
#turn it off.
Damn shame we gotta come up with some hashtags about that.
Yeah. #turn it off. Where you at on Facebook and social media, Brother Kwame?
Clear the Airways Project, and also we got a webpage, cleartheairwaysproject.org.
Y'all check in with the work that Brother Kwame is doing. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he been holding the line for quite some time, man. Real talk, y'all. Y'all make sure y'all be on deck. Okay, we just got recruiting featured artists. This is Witness Elevation on Instagram. Currently recruiting featured artists that will be able to contribute original artwork for this event for the Chairman Fred Hampton, and makes everything political, including artwork. So make sure we cross some T's and dot the I's, y'all. Lonely legacy, Black Panther Party, protected, respected, never neglected. Sister Comrade Dabney, take us out with something, y'all. Y'all keep y'all heads and eyes on the fist, because what's the call? Free them all. Free them all. How long? Where you was born at, Sam? Where at? Where at, Sam? What you been doing? What you been doing? What you been doing? How long, Sam? How long? How long? How long? How long, Sam? What you know, Sam? What you know? What's gonna happen? You sure about that, Sam? How long? What you afraid of? What you afraid of? What you afraid of? Where, Sam? Where, Sam? How long, Sam? I'm trying to hit the damn thing. Right on. Make sure y'all subscribe, hit that like button. Chairman Fred Hampton Jr. on YouTube Live. Right on. Free 'em all.